Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everyone. Welcome to our forum today. I'm HAWA, your moderator. We are grateful to have all of you here and we are especially excited about this discussion we will be having. A topic that hits close to home for many students, parents and educators alike. Study abroad creates opportunity or waste of money. Before we dive into the heart of this forum, let's take a moment to understand what studying abroad really means. Essentially, studying abroad is the opportunity for students to pursue part or all of their academic education in a foreign country. It can be an enriching experience that introduces them to different cultures, new system of education, and broader career prospects. But let's not forget studying locally also has its own merit. Many local institutions now offer high-quality education, international collaborations, and excellent graduate employability. So now, with us today, we have three amazing panelists. First is Miss Nova, a delegate from University Montiara, lecturer who has guided many students through their education journey. Second is Madam IZZATI, a concerned yet supportive parents. And lastly is Ms. Shaz, a CEO from Dream Technology Holding, who brings the perspective of employers into this discussion. Before we begin, I think it is important for us to know what is the stance of each and our panelists today. Without further delay, I welcome each of the panelists to give an opening statement.
Thank you, moderator. Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. So for me, studying abroad is considered a great opportunity for several reasons. First, study abroad will make student a global exposure and cultural understanding. You get to live in a completely different culture. It expands your worldview and help you appreciate diversity. You learn to communicate with people from different backgrounds. Super useful in today's global job market. Next is high quality education. Some countries offer world-renowned university and research facilities. You may have access to specialized program or field of study not available in your home country. Lastly is personal growth. Being away from home forces you to be independent and responsible. You develop problem-solving skills, emotional resilience, and adaptability. It's a chance to discover yourself in a new environment. That's all for me.
Thank you for inviting today. I'm willing to share about my thought today. For me, to be honest, I believe studying abroad can be a great opportunity, but only if it's done wisely. As a parent, I see both the potential and the risk. It's not just about the prestige or the excitement of going overseas. It's about whether the experience truly adds value to the student's future. Without proper planning and a clear purpose, it could easily become a very expensive mistake. Thank you.
Thank you. For me, studying abroad is a great opportunity. As a CEO, I see overseas graduates as valuable asset. They bring strong English proficiency, global exposure, and a broader mindset, all of which are crucial in today's competitive and interconnected business world. These qualities can give company an edge in the global market.
Wow, wonderful opening statement. So now let's begin. Miss Nova, there might be various benefits of studying abroad. As an educator, what's your take on why so many students aspire to study abroad?
Thank you, HAWA. I believe one of the key reasons is that students view overseas institutions as having more advanced facilities, experienced teaching staff, and better learning environments. They feel that these factors can give them a competitive edge in their careers. Also, studying abroad pushes students out of their comfort zones.
Which is not easy, especially for young students.
Exactly, but through that, they learn to be independent and adaptable, two qualities that are essential in today's workforce.
That's a very insightful point, Ms. Nova. The idea that studying abroad goes beyond academics and helps shape character, like independence and adaptability, is something many might overlook. It's a personal growth journey, not just a paper qualifications. Madam IZZATI, as a parent, do you share the same sentiment?
Well, I agree a certain extent. Of course, every parent wants the best for the child, and there's a lot of prestige attached to studying abroad. But we also have to think about the financial burden. It's not just the tuitions, we're talking about life expenses, travel, and emergencies. And sometimes people forget that not every family is financially stable. We don't all have 1,300,000 just lying around. For some parents, to send their child overseas means taking a loan, using up all their savings, or even selling assets. It's a big sacrifice. I know of family who had to postpone buying a house or put off their retirement just so their child could go abroad. Yes, we are proud when our child can accept into a foreign university, but with the pride comes anxiety. But what if our endless? What if they fall sick? What if they can't cope emotionally? What if they don't get a job after graduating? These worries are very real for us as a parents. And let's not forget, studying abroad is not just about academics. The child will be lying alone in a different environment with a different culture and lifestyle, and they're emotionally and mentally ready for that. Some students adapt well, but others struggle. I've seen cases where students become depressed or overwhelmed because they miss home or they couldn't manage their own responsibilities. Even small things like cooking, cleaning, budgeting, or commuting can be stressful if they're not prepared. We parents try our the best to teach them before they go, but it's still a big leap. So yes, while studying abroad can offer great opportunities, the risks are also high. It's not well planned. That's why we have to really evaluate is the best option for our child at this point in time. Thank you.
It's a very valid concern, Madam IZZATI. Many families do face financial pressure, and it's important to weigh the cost against the potential return. It's not just about sending your child overseas, it's about making sure it's a sustainable decision. Ms. Shas, as someone who hires graduates, how do you view candidates from studying abroad?
From an employer standpoint, I would say graduates who study abroad from often come back with more confidence and global exposure.
Do you think that's because they are using and interacting in a different environment?
Yes, that part of it. They tend to be better at communication and problem solving. However, I want to highlight this does mean local graduates are less capable. The key difference is often in the mindset and adaptability. That said, we've noticed in recent news how many fresh graduates, both local and overseas, struggle to find jobs. So we need to be realistic.
Thank you, Ms. Shas. That's an important reminder. Studying abroad is not an automatic ticket to success, while global exposure can be beneficial. The job market remains competitive for everyone, regardless of where you graduate from. You brought up an important point. Let's touch on that. Some people say studying abroad is a waste of money. Ms. Nufa, how do you respond to this argument? Do you agree?
Thank you, moderator. For me, it really depends on how students make use of the experience. If they are serious and take full advantage of the academic and networking opportunities abroad, it's a worthy investment. There are also many financial aids available, such as scholarships, loans, and sponsorships that can reduce the burden of the family.
Do students often overlook these options?
Some do, unfortunately, but many are getting more aware. In fact, some students even do their foundation or diploma locally first, then go overseas for their degree, like hybrid learning. That saves a lot of money.
Exactly. It all comes down to how the opportunity is used. Like you said, Ms. Nufa, with the right planning and discipline, studying abroad can be a smart investment rather than a financial strain. Madam, would this strategy make it more acceptable?
Exactly. That's why I believe in that step by step. So one smart way for the student to do their foundation or diploma locally first.
A kind of trial run before the big leap, right?
Yes. This gives them a chance to grow, prove themselves academically, and with confidence. It also gives us parents time to prepare financially and emotionally. And let's be real, even if they study locally, if they work hard and network well, they can still succeed. A degree from overseas is not a guaranteed ticket to success. What matters more is how the student applies in their knowledge, their soft skills, their work ethic. Another thing, if the student is really determined to study abroad, there are ways to make it more affordable. Apply for scholarship, grants, or even partial sponsorship. Some countries offer subsidy tuition fees for international students, especially if they do postgraduate study. But again, even if we manage to secure funds, the student must be serious. No point spending hundreds of thousands if they're not focused, or if they're just going for fun and travel. I always tell my children, if you want this, show me that you're ready. Show me the effort, the discipline, and the maturity. Thank you.
That's a very practical approach. Starting locally gives students a foundation, while parents can be better assess their readiness, plan finances accordingly. It's a strategy that balances ambition with responsibility. Ms. Shaz, are companies willing to help?
Some are yes. If a staff member show potential, company may offer funding for future study, especially at postgraduate level.
Oh, so they actually sponsor their own employees?
Yes, but they usually require work experience first. So sometimes it's better to work locally, gain skill, and then study overseas for a master or PhD.
That's encouraging to hear. It shows that education doesn't always have to come first. Real world experience is equally valuable, and it might open doors to education support from employers later on. Now, let's talk about solution. Ms. Nufa, how can students prepare themselves if they wish to study abroad but really worried about the cost?
Thank you, HAWA. For me, they must focus on academic excellence. Many scholarship boards look at consistent performance.
So, not just exam result, but consistency over time.
Exactly. Students should also explore local program with credit transfer option. And like I said earlier, foundation or diploma locally, then degree abroad. It's cost effective and helps them mature before being on their own overseas.
Oh, great advice. So, it's not only about dreaming big, but also being smart with how you plan the journey. Scholarship don't come easy. They require hard work and commitment. Madam IZZATI, anything parents can do to support their child?
Yes, definitely. I feel more comfortable now when my child has proven themselves academically here first. Then we can consider investing in the overseas studies. Plus, with all the new programs available now, like credit transfer, twinning or hybrid learning, we actually have more flexible options. You don't have to commit to 4 years overseas. You can plan in phases. And of course, we try to prepare by applying for education funds or loans, but even then it's still a big commitment. The important thing is to always involve the whole family in the decision. Talk openly about the cost, the risk, the expectation. It's not just child journey, it's affect the whole household. Thank you.
Yes, that family support system is crucial. Preparing children emotionally and financially can make all the difference when they step into a new environment abroad. Ms. Shaz, any last advice from the industry side?
Yes, students need to understand that a degree, whether local or international, is not a golden ticket.
That's a wake-up call for many, I think.
They must be proactive, with soft skills, and be adaptable. Companies look for well-rounded individuals, not just a prestigious university name.
Absolutely. The reality of the working world is that attitude and skills often out where you study. It's all about what you bring to the table. So, let's talk about something little different. Do you think some students feel pressure to study abroad just because of social status, not passion?
Yes, sometimes. Even relatives like to compare their kids. Oh, my son in Australia, or my daughter is studying in the UK, without really understanding the emotional or financial stress behind the decision. So it becomes more about the status than what actually best for the child. But at the end of the day, the decision to study abroad should come from the student's own dreams and readiness, not pressure, not competition, because they're the ones who have to face it every single day far from home, and if their heart's not in it, it can lead to burnout, not success.
That's a valid concern. Some are more focused on where they study rather than on what they're studying. That mindset can lead to disappointment.
Exactly. We don't care where you study if you don't have passion or drive. What matters is how you use your education.
Powerful point. Status shouldn't outweigh substance. Before we wrap up, any questions from audience?
I have a question. My name is NURUL. Okay. Miss Nova, some students think that just getting into a foreign university is enough. What advice would you give to help them make the most of their time abroad?
Thank you, Nuralis. That's a great question. My advice would to be stay proactive. Don't just attend classes, but join students' organization, build international network, and take internship if possible. The learning goes far beyond the classroom. Be open to cultural exchange and challenge yourself to grow personally and professionally.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Pipi. I'm from student KKTM Lenggong. So, I want to ask to Madam Zati, what's your biggest fear as a parent when your child goes to study abroad, and how do you prepare for it? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Honestly, it's the fear of not being there when they need help, for the emotionally and financially. To prepare, we keep constant communication, set realistic expectation, and teach them how to manage their budget. Emotionally, we try to prepare them to be strong and independent before they leave. Thank you.
Okay, hello. My name is Nadia, and I want to ask a question to Ms. Shaz, the CEO. Ms. Shaz, do you think having an overseas degree automatically gives someone an edge during job interviews? Thank you.
Thank you. Not automatically. No. It depends on how they present themselves. Some candidates with overseas degree can lack soft skill or real-world experience, while local graduate may shine in this area. What matters is the ability to apply knowledge, communication well, and adapt to challenge. We look for well-rounded individual, not just qualification on paper.
Wonderful questions, and thank you to audience for the questions, and thank you to our speakers for the thoughtful answer. Before we officially close, let's hear a final closing statement from each of our panelists. Just a short reflection to wrap up today's discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, HAWA. For me, studying abroad is more than just education. It's personal transformation. However, we must also recognize alternative paths like hybrid learning and online global exposure. In the end, it's about how students uses the opportunity wherever they are.
Thank you to HAWA. To wrap things up, I'd say studying abroad is a big decision, not just financially, but emotionally too. As a parent, I always worry that's natural, but today I've been learned that with the right support system, careful planning, and the right mindset, it can truly shape a child's future in meaningful ways. It's not for everyone, and that's okay. What matters most is that the student is ready, mentally, emotionally, and academically. If they are, and if the family is prepared, then yes, it can be a life-changing journey. Not just for the student, but the entire family who grows alongside them in the process. Thank you for me.
Thank you, HAWA. From my point of view, it's all about balance. Yes, studying abroad is expensive, and we have to be realistic about the return on investment. But I can gain the value of soft skill, confidence, and maturity that some students gain. If done wisely, it can definitely be worth it.
Really amazing. Thank you to our panelists for such insightful sharing today. I hope this discussion has given our audience a clear view of both the opportunities and challenges of study abroad. It's not just a question of money, but also of readiness, responsibilities, and long-term goals. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day ahead. That's all from us. Thank you.